At ACREX India 2026, the spotlight is on smarter, more energy efficient HVAC and infrastructure solutions. At the booth of Delta Electronics, we caught up with Mr. Sanjeev Srivastava to understand how the company is driving energy efficiency, intelligent building technologies, and sustainable infrastructure for India's rapidly growing facilities. Let's hear from him. So, sir, ACREX 2026. So, if you could just give a highlight that what are the products you are showcasing this time?
So, there is a lot of thrust on infrastructure projects, be it metros, airports, shipbuilding, and many others, right? Including the commercial and starting with, if I can just take you through the products what we have showcased here. One is the MAGLEV drive, which is something like a controller which drives the motors at a much higher speed than the conventional motors. So, the mechanical bearings have a sort of a limitation in terms of the number of rotations per minute. But when it is a magnetic field on which the rotor is rotating, it can go up to say 20, 30, 40,000 RPMs. The overall size becomes very compact. So you save on space, you save on energy, and of course, much better output. Similarly, we have displayed our MSI motors, which are the permanent magnet motors. The normally efficiency is measured at the full load, but here even at half the load or 61st of the load, they are giving you efficiency of more than say 90%. If you also see the carbon footprint because of the high efficiency, that is also getting reduced. We also displayed liquid cool drive. Again, air cool drive requires a big panel and a proper ventilation for the the cooling to happen. But with the liquid cool drive, it can be with water or glycol based, or it can be any refrigerant also into the drive. And also the efficiency is high, and then you don't need to have a cabinet. It is already it's a very it's enclosed IP66 cabinet. We also have our solutions in terms of the data centers, which is the next thing today. Everybody is talking about 5Gs and AIs and building the data centers on that. Which spaces where you have the racks where you require very precision cooling, wherein Delta has a solution in terms of the CDU. And for the gray space, which is the overall building of the data center, then you have, again, as I said, the state-of-art drives and motors to make sure that the cooling is more effective. And the type of data centers what we are building today, which are more in modular design, you can increase the size or the cooling as a modular feature. So that is another thing what we are showcasing. We also have our building automation solutions, which is into the lighting control, the chiller plant manager and other things, and also air quality helpful. So again, you have the input and which is the fresh air. You do the filtration for the PM5 and other things, and then it is circulated inside. The same is again recirculated, but then along with the fresh air and the conditioning, it is so you don't feel that if you are in a closed room, after some time the carbon dioxide contents or the other gases is much more, so that it is taken care of.
As you said, the data center is the next big thing for HVAC industry. So, in terms of business, how big is that for Delta? And if you can quantify the market as well for the HVAC.
In the data center, if you really ask me, data center business per se is increasing multi-folds.
Right.
We are seeing exponential growth in this particular segment, where we have all the giants like Amazon, Microsoft, everybody coming to India and setting up their data centers. And we see that the data centers mainly are focusing in the tier 1 cities. So definitely there is huge growth in that segment, and we are all geared up to meet the requirement of the data centers in both the spaces.
Right. So apart from reducing space, bringing cost efficiency, as well as bringing energy efficiency, more energy efficiency to your products, I could see that there are focus on bringing more intelligence. So if you can tell more about.
So one, of course, is the intelligence part. The second is when we are bringing in more efficiency and reducing the footprint size, we are actually contributing to the nature in terms of the CO2 emissions. That is one. And now when we are moving towards the IIoT 4.0 and 5.0, so these products, what we have will have a built-in intelligence in themselves, so that we can see the overall performance of the plant. We can see the from the maintenance point of view, it can be more of a predictive maintenance than a preventive maintenance. Plus, depending upon the time of the year, summers, winters, we could see different temperatures. So you don't have to go with a single solution. You can adjust the cooling, heating, whatever, depending upon the year of the time.
And is there any direct impact of artificial intelligence on your product development?
So yes, Delta has a lot of softwares for energy management. Not only when we talk about energy management from the input side, but also the waste energy also can be utilized in some form or the other. So there again we are taking care of. Then we also have solutions for say the entire lighting controls. We have solutions for the warehousing, which is of course not a part of the data center, but overall yes. When we talk about the industry, we have these software which are on top of any manufacturing unit or any industry, and it is taking care of the output.
Right. How important is this HVAC business segment for Delta's scenario?
Very, very, very important. We have now engaged ourselves with almost all the air conditioning manufacturers, be it the chiller business unit or otherwise. So we are working with all the the reputed brands in the aircon industry, and not only this, we are also working with the top chiller manufacturers in India and abroad. So with the present product portfolio what we have, we are well versed and set into get into this market.
And what sort of growth you anticipate?
So growth, we do see that since this industry is growing, we do have expectations of double-digit growth. So times to come, we will see that we achieve that.
So that was Mr. Sanjeev Srivastava from Delta Electronics sharing his insights at ACREX India 2026 on building smarter, greener and more energy efficient infrastructure. For more industry insights and exclusive conversations, stay tuned to Mojo for Industry.